Good afternoon, my name is Jeff Lashley, and this is week 7 of the Intro to Firearms. So today I will be showing you discussing the cycle of operations, the field stripping and cleaning of this 300 Blackout. First thing we will do is make sure that the weapon is on safe. We will make sure there is no ammunition physically and visually, and make sure that our workbench area is clear of any ammunition. First things first, we'll show you the feeding portion. This is from an empty magazine. The magazine would be inserted, which therefore would have a round here, and when the bolt would go forward, it would strip a round from the magazine and therefore feed into the chamber. Once it is going forward, it strips it and feeds into the chamber. The bolt will then turn and lock, and then the weapon would be ready to fire. Pointing in a safe direction, I put the weapon on fire. I then can pull the trigger. The striker strikes the firing pin, firing around downrange. Then the action will cause unlocking of the bolt, which means the bolt is turning as the bolt carrier group is moving backwards, and it is extracting that casing, ejecting that casing, and also simultaneously cocking the striker into a ready to fire position. I will now field strip, and I will discuss those areas further as we take it apart. I will remove the takedown pins from the lower receiver, which, showing you the lower receiver has the striker in a cocked position. If it was in a fired position, it would be up. So whenever that bolt comes back, resets it, puts it into place. That is the cocking portion. I will remove the bolt carrier group, remove the charging handle, set aside. This is the upper receiver and the barrel group. The bolt moves on this with this cam pin whenever it is riding in the rails in the upper receiver, which causes it to lock and unlock. The firing pin is located right here. We will remove that momentarily. In the extracting phase and the ejecting phase, the casing has been held here. Whenever moving to the rear, this spring-loaded portion right here, this black dot, will cause the casing to kick out of the upper receiver, out of the chamber area, and hit the deflector right here. So we have covered feeding, chambering, locking, firing, unlocking, extracting, ejecting, and cocking. Those are the 8 cycles of operation for the 300 Blackout. I will continue to disassemble for cleaning. This is field stripping for the Blackout 300. I'm removing a cotter pin for the firing pin, remove the firing pin, remove the cam pin, and remove the bolt. Set those aside. I will also remove the buffer and buffer spring from the lower receiver and set that aside. At this time, the field stripping is complete. I will prepare for cleaning momentarily. Thank you. Okay, so on to the cleaning. I don't have a whole lot of time. This is a brand new weapon, so I wouldn't, I'm not gonna go into cleaning the entire thing. Like I said, I didn't have time anyways. But you would soak your parts, your bolt carrier group, your firing pin, your bolt, all in solvent or the carbon destroyer for about 10 minutes. Clean it dry it off with an air hose, and then take Q-tips. But you want to make sure that all carbon is removed from where the firing pin and the bolt actually seats. The lower group, you would take solvent or the carbon destroyer and lightly coat and then scrub and use Q-tips. Again, use air to dry it, and use a rag or anything like that that you could dry. Must dry it as much as possible, and then apply a small amount of oil on it. And same thing with the bolt carrier group. Put a thin coat of oil on it. The barrel, you're going to take all of your tools and devices that you have, and you're going to run the bore brush through the bore several times to loosen up and break up any carbon. And this, of course, is after you're using the carbon destroyer. Put some drops down in there, and that'll help clean that. You will then change over from your brush to your eyelet, and you will run patches through it until the patches come out clean. Again, you can put the carbon destroyer on the patches, run it through a few times, and then change over. Once that is clean, blow it out, clean it, dry it, and then run a patch with a little bit of lube through it, and then therefore that will clean out your bore. Your chamber, clean with a chamber brush. You insert it into the chamber, and you clean the chamber using the carbon destroyer, Q-tips, and AP brush. Once everything is clean, you make sure everything is dry, using Q-tips, using rags, and using air, and then put a light coat of oil on everything until you're ready to use the weapon again. That's basically the cleaning. AR-15s are very easy to clean. Once you fire them, they are labor intensive, and then from there you would put the weapon back together and do a functions check. Okay, thank you.